Um, just other news, just other residual NFL news going around. Jags hired Doug Pederson, obviously our resident Jaguars fan. You want to talk real quick about the hiring of Doug Peterson? We already saw how you felt about the hiring of Urban Meyer and how that went and how hyped you were. So how do
Was
you feel about
not
Doug
hyped.
Peterson?
No, we can go back and run the tape. I was always skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bought in a little bit. But I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be down in the dumps like the entire season. So I was like, but at first I was always skeptical. And even before he got the job, I did not agree he should have got the job. I don't like that idea. But after he got it, I mean, just like anybody, you got to kind of buy in, like, all right, whatever. But this year, the Jags have won the coaching search. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Wow.
We got a Super Bowl champion head coach who won it as a head coach. This has only ever happened 4 times in history, and 2 times was the same motherfucker, and it was Bill Parcells. Very rarely do these guys go on the market. A Super Bowl winning head coach, very rarely do they ever go on the market. And we got one. We got a former quarterback and a former head coach, and he is a quarterback developer. He has an amazing offense. He's the master of the RPO in the NFL, and he is the perfect fit for Trevor Lawrence. I'm so glad that nothing against defensive coaches. I think defensive coach. There's a lot of great defensive coaches out there. Obviously, the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick, is a defensive coach, but we need a guy who's going to step in and help Trevor Lawrence develop because Trevor Lawrence pretty much lost a year. He lost a year. He didn't have a true guy to develop. Urban Meyer was never a quarterback whisperer. Our Daryl Bevel, our offensive coordinator, he was never that. Like our quarterback coach sucked. Like this is the first time that this is probably the best coaching hire in franchise history. Like by far. I don't even think it's close. Like this is by far the best coaching hire we've ever had. And I'm super pumped. This is the guy I wanted all along. When the coaching search started, I was like, give me Doug Pederson. The dude fucking did it. I don't understand why he never got, I don't understand why nobody else offered him a job or got interviews anywhere else. Like, this guy, he took a year off because he felt like he needed to evaluate like and learn and think about like what maybe did wrong. But I mean, look what he did with Carson Wentz that one year and they won the Super Bowl. Carson Wentz was in the running for the MVP race. And now we're starting to see maybe it wasn't Doug Peterson. Maybe it's just Carson Wentz just fucking sucks. And somehow he's able to do it. And he won a Super Bowl too with Nick Foles. He was able to adjust the offense to fit Nick Foles' needs to then end up winning it all against the Patriots, one of the greatest defensive minds on the other side of that field, and he beat them. So I am super pumped. I'm super stoked. I'm still upset at the fact that we still have fucking Trent Baalke, the clown show, in the fucking
Clown
building.
show.
I'm so upset at that still. But on Bright News in the introductory press conference, man, they were hammering Shad Khan in the press conference, absolutely fucking hammering him. And because I don't know if you know, there's potentials of like people thought Byron Leftwich was going to get the job, but then
That's what I
you
was
were
about to
saying that
say. That's what I was about to say.
people thought that
Wouldn't you
this
prefer Byron Leftwich?
Byron Leftwich is the most Jag thing ever to want. That like that is the most Jag fan thing. Like I'm sorry, Byron Leftwich might be a great quarterback. One, I don't think it's a good position for him. I mean, not quarterback. He might be a great coach. I just don't think this is the position for him. I don't think it's a position for us. We need we need stability in this franchise, man. Like it's been so bad. It's been so bad. We need a guy who's done it before, who's seen it and can go in there and build it and build a culture that knows it. Byron Leftwich would be a perfect candidate for like the Saints or a team that's already kind of established and has like a kind of identity like that. That to me, that's I don't think Byron Leftwich. It would have been a good decision for him to come here because his team is a shit show. It's a fucking mess. It's needs a complete rebuild. We've gotten back to back first overall picks. We need a guy who can come in here and know and fucking fix it and knows what to do and how to fix it and has done it before. And that's why Doug Peterson or Jim Caldwell was always my guy. And the only reason why he left Philly was because of the power struggle with Howie Roseman and the owner in Philly. Like, and he just got tired of it and they mutually parted ways. He didn't even get fired. They mutually parted ways. He wanted to get out of there. It was a fucking nightmare. They wouldn't even let him pick his own OC when Frank Reich left. Like, so like I don't even blame. I don't understand why he wasn't higher on people's list, in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like Byron Leftwich would have been great. You have a young quarterback. Byron Leftwich is obviously a Jags fan. This is like the same thing with like, Miami Heat culture. They bring the family in. We bring all the family in. And, Byron Leftwich is a champion too. He's on the championship team. He played with the greats. He's played with Tom Brady, now retired, old man.
He never
now
played with Tom Brady. He played with Big Ben.
I mean, I'm saying he coached Tom Brady. They're on the same goddamn team. Anyways, but yeah, man. I mean, I hope the Jags get it together, man, because they got a really good young talent, Trevor Lawrence, and that kid, he needs help. You know what I mean? That kid needs development.
I was going to say, and
he'll finish. Go ahead. You finish. You're the Jags. Go ahead.
All right. I was just going to say real quick, and you can go back to what you're saying. It's just like, it's just like, this is no respect to Byron. I think he could be a great coach. It's just, I think Jag fans, we just get caught up on it. Like, just same thing as the Urban Meyer shit. You get caught into this homer mentality, UF coach, all this former Jag quarterback. Let's be real, bro. Everybody was done with Byron Leftwich when he was in Jacksonville. Nobody liked him. I lived through those years. Like, I was a kid. I remember people hating Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich was not a good quarterback. I don't know why people are acting like Byron was like a hero back in the day. He was only here for like 3 years.
He could be a fan favorite.
But no, but the idea was making out to be. It was like people are making out to be like as if Tom Brady went back to head coach the Patriots. That wasn't what it was like. It's like Chad Henne coming back and coaching for the Dolphins. And then everybody getting hyped that Chad Henne's back.
I think I would like that. I think I would like that.
See what I mean? It's like that's exactly what it is. And I was like, this is the most Jag thing ever. You have a guy who's on the free market who took the year off to learn and see what the mistakes that were probably made and how he could have fixed them regarding like Carson Wentz or like his draft picks or whatever, the Jalen Hurts situation. He's done it before. And this, I don't want to go on another I don't want to attempt to catch lightning in a bottle with these OCs. And I remember bringing it up to you guys like about the college quarterbacks, like college coaches. We always talk about like, college coaches, they never do good in the NFL. Let's be real. How many of these motherfucking offensive and defensive coordinators ever end up being anything? 99% of them always end up sucking. Like, let's be real. They never end up really being that great.
These guys, like, all these, offensive geniuses, you want to see them, branch out. Obviously, usually you get the old white guy that's fucking the head coach, some old man. You get these young guys, the Sean McVays, the Mike McDaniels. You want to see them get a shot and see how they would actually run a team. So
I agree. I agree. Yeah. But I think Doug Pederson is the one exception. This guy should have never lost his job. This guy deserves to be a coach in the NFL. The dude won a fucking Super Bowl with Nick Foles not that long ago and got fucking absolutely blue-balled by Howie Roseman and the owner. I completely agree with you in all aspects. Like, for example, I like the Dolphins hire. We'll get to that in a second. But, like, Doug Pederson got absolutely blue-balled. I think Jim Caldwell deserves a chance. I understand, like, he's just really old and he has health problems. I understand people maybe not risking that. But, like, if you just look at his resume, the dude won in fucking Detroit, dude. Like, for God's sakes. He took them to 2 fucking playoff games. That dude deserves a shot and been to a Super Bowl. So, like...
Yeah. I don't hate the Doug Pederson hire. You know what I mean? I think it's fine. It's this guy, Super Bowl. He's run a team. I think it's a fine hire. On paper, it's fine. Like, I mean, I'm not a big Doug Pederson fan, but we'll see. We'll see.
Gabe,
how about that?
Would you have liked Doug Pederson getting hired by the Dolphins?
Hell no, because we got the fucking genius. We got an offensive genius on our team.
Yeah, real quick before we move on, just super quick. It looks like Trent Baalke's about to get neutered because apparently Shad Khan officially announced that we are going to be hiring an EVP, Executive Vice President of Football Operations. And we're looking at Rick Spielman, the former GM of the Minnesota Vikings, who has an amazing resume, has drafted tons of Pro Bowlers, and has been to 2 NFC Championship games with the Vikings. So If we get that hire done, I think they still got to do some certain things. I think they have to follow the Rooney Rule and stuff like that. So, but if we pick up that guy, that would be huge. That would neuter the absolute fuck out of Trent Baalke. And we have a guy who is an actual front office guy that we don't have to give all the reins to Trent Baalke. So that'd be a huge hire. And between all of them, I'm really excited.